Cricket Stadium here in St. Lucia. Covers on. The rain is abating. Gotta say, less and less as we go along, and we hope that the covers will then come off and we get what is a second innings and a chase after the Warriors have put on 56 for 2 in their 5 overs. Look at that batting card. 24 from 16, top work by Ayub. Really good work. Azam Khan as well, very good for his 21 from 11. Under pressure to play shots to find the boundary continuously through their 5 overs, and they just about did that. Look at the highlights, and Danny Morrison is alongside me. As expected, Danny, big hitting.
Yeah, the free license, isn't it? Tough for Christopher Soul down there. And we always knew a greasy ball, and if it's flashing and flying around the park and in the night sky, very difficult. That was simply outrageous. From Austin Chase to lose his footing, then take it, and then you had the Ayub show, and he certainly got the timing and his striking on cue. And then the big fella who loves fatting sixes and getting a bit of luck as well early. Oh, please. Got all of that and some. And then, yeah, McAllister with a very good Yorker to finish. And much to the delight of the hometown fans, Azim Khan knocked over very last ball. So confirmation for McAllister on debut. What an outstanding last over. 3 dots, 1 for 7 when his senior counterparts disappeared around the track more.
Yeah, oftentimes you find out the character of a young guy, a debutant, when he's put under the pump like that. Last over, here you go, you bowl it for us. Didn't really want to go to the spinners because of conditions. It's slippery, and they could certainly disappear out the ground with Azam Khan out there. So nicely done by McAllister, and they'll feel the Kings at 56 from the 5 overs is attainable. They've got to play shots, so yeah, only 5 overs aside, and look at who is top of the Dream 11 most fantasy points. There he is, McAllister, 37, a wonderful over, it really was. Just 7 off that one, and it was the final one as well. Ayub played well, as did Azam Khan. So now we wait, all of us, we wait for the rain to stop, for the umpires to call for the covers to come off, and they've got to come off pretty quickly because we do not have a whole lot of time. Got to start by 22:49. I think it is, and that's in order to be within our cutoff time. And remember, we've used up all the time we had in the extensions and the grace that is given with regard to added time to be allocated from the beginning, and the allowances all gone. So we've come to the barest of minimums when it comes to the game itself. 5 overs aside, and now if we start beyond that, we won't be able to get those 5 overs in, or we won't be able to allow for them with regard to the cut-off time. That's not good. As an indication, those heavy poles going out there is to weigh down the covers so that the wind doesn't blow them away. It means then the ground staff, who normally are right on top of it, they're the ones who are best aware of rain conditions and so forth, and they'll know whether it will rain more or it will not. Feel for absolutely everybody, because it's been a tough day. Tough day in terms of waiting for whether it's playtime or not. Tough day in making sure that conditions out there are safe to play and making that decision if you're the match officials. A tough day also for the ground staff if you're taking off those covers and bringing them back on as it rains and as it stops. Tough day for the fans who have hung about and waited to get some action. They've had some stuff to cheer about, but the cheering might well be done. And still they stay, the spectators. I tell you, Dan, I've been sitting watching, looking outside, looking at these stands full. And earlier on, Naomi was out there and talking to those opposing fans, and the St. Lucia man said, yeah, we will stay here. We will wait until the match ref says it's done and called off. Nobody going anywhere. Cheerleaders, Warriors cheerleaders there, I suppose, happy with the 56 put on the board, adjusted as well. A couple of runs added to that. Duckworth Lewis Stern method. 59 to win. Yeah, handshake in there. Barbados men chatting to each other. Yeah, Darren Sammy, Tahir Hope. As I said, 22.49 it was our cutoff, and make it 22.50 here. So my expectation and our expectation up here is that when St. Lucia's skipper turns up, not that skipper, not former skipper, skipper current, Puff Duplessis, when he turns up, it might well be a case of shaking hands and saying thank you, everybody. There's a handshake. Well, a few handshakes. So we'll wait for official confirmation, and it'll come to us. And it has, actually, just come through. A no result. So a couple of no results, which means these two sides will also take a point each. A point for the Warriors to get on the board. A third point for the St. Lucia Kings, who lost their first game and won their second. What a day, what a long day.
What a night. It's almost 11 p.m, Pom. But as you just mentioned moments ago, the fans, they've stayed right to the end. And thank goodness for the DJ. And the vibe here in the Caribbean as ever, when the DJ certainly earns his money here in rain-affected matches. And so as we see the players shake hands and Fuff has come down from the dressing room, and it's all official now. And 56 for 2 turns into 58 for 2 with a DLS method and 5 overs. And sadly, that's it.
Yeah, in the bowling, it's always going to be tough with the 5 overs. Shots galore to Sol and Joseph fetching some leather, and McAllister absolutely brilliant. A start for him into the action, and in some style too. Finished off with a wicket, a maiden wicket. So 56 for 2 is where they got to. The Warriors adjusted. It meant that because they'd gone off during that first over where it was a 10-over game, they got a couple more runs, but all came to naught really. No result as the match is abandoned because of rain. And so everybody has had a go. The Barbados Royals will be looking at that, and their net run rate's terrible. They need to get on a winning run because it all happens pretty quickly in this tournament. And what you want is to get on a winning run. Get on the board, stay in touch, and make sure you're in it at the business end as we go from island to island. Jair McAllister atop of the Dream 11 most valuable players on his debut. Got a wicket as well. Yeah, nicely done. 37 points. Have a look at this. Beautiful Yorker. And crashes into that leg stump with Azam Khan trying to smash it out the ground. Happiness. Happiness certainly is. Look at that. Oh, I love it. Time to head home for this crowd, and I applaud them all, every single one of them, for their patience and their resolve. They stayed right up until the end, and hopefully they'll be back again tomorrow, because we've got double the action once again. Early game coverage starts at 9:30 for the Talawars against the Royals, and then the Kings, the home side, will be back once again to play one more time here at home against the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots. That's at 6:30. That's all we have for today. We hope we can have your company again tomorrow. Goodbye.